Learning is a continuous process. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Magnetic Learning. In this session, we are going to learn about fractions. So let's get started. That we are going to cover in this session are what are fractions, fraction terms, exercises related to fractions, and its real life application. Let's see one example first. What do you see on the screen? We see a bar of a chocolate and three friends. Well, this chocolate belongs to Rohan, and Rohan wants to divide this chocolate with his friends because he knows sharing is caring. How many of you like chocolates? And how many of you like to share your chocolate with your friends? I'm sure everybody, right? How shall we do this? How shall we help Rohan to divide the chocolate among three friends? Well, can we divide the chocolate in this manner? One complete line comprising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes or 5 pieces, and the second line goes to the second friend and the third line goes to the third friend. Like we can say 3 parts. The chocolate is divided into 3 parts and then the chocolate is divided equally. Can we say this? Yes. So each of the friend here is getting 1 part out of the 3 parts which Rohan has done to divide the chocolate equally and share the chocolate equally among the 3, right? So 1/3 has been given to each one of them. Let's take another example from our everyday life. What do you see? Slice of bread? Now what do you see? The slice of bread has been cut into 2 parts. One picture shows the whole slice of bread, whereas the other picture is showing you that the whole slice of bread has been cut into 2 pieces. One half and another half. Together, half and half make one whole. So, 1 part of the bread, slice of bread, is part of another half of the whole bread, right? Now, what do you see over here? This is an apple, a whole apple, and the same apple is now cut into 4 pieces, but equal pieces, right? A whole apple and and pieces, right? Part of apple. So each piece over here is a part of the whole. Each piece or each slice of an apple here is the part of the whole apple, part of a whole apple. So what am I seeing? Part of a whole apple? From the first example till now, I have been emphasizing or focusing on a phrase, a part of a whole. So what am I talking about? I am talking about fractions. What are fractions then? A fraction represents a part of a whole. It is a part of a region or a part of a group, or it is a part of collection of objects, Now here you see that there is a whole cake, but the cake has been divided into 4 equal parts. Then each part becomes 1/4. Then each part becomes 1/4. And suppose that each part you take out and place it on the plate, then what will you say? How much share have you got? You'll say that 1/4. I got 1/4 of the cake. So it is read as 1/4. 1/4. 1/4. See, let's see the other example over here. This is a square, right? It is divided into 2 equal parts. But the other figure we see that the shaded portion is there. Okay, and the shaded portion is representing half. Out of the 2 parts, only 1 part is shaded. So it is written 1/2 of the whole square is shaded. So what are these numbers then that I've been using? 1/4, 1/2. Yes, these numbers 1/2 and 1/4 are called fractions, because mathematics cannot be written in words, right? You need to use numbers, right? You have to express that in numerical expression. So the numbers that we use, like 1/2, 1/4, 3/5, 2/10, all these numbers that we use to express are called fractions. Okay, now we have learned that fraction represents a part of a whole. Are we good till here? Shall we move ahead? Now we will learn the terms that we use in fraction. Okay, here comes the terms. Numerator, denominator. The blue number 3 is the numerator and the red number 4 is the denominator over here. Okay, now what is numerator? The top number of a fraction is called its numerator, whereas the bottom part is its denominator. Okay, the top number is of the fraction is numerator and bottom number is denominator. Above number is numerator, below number is denominator, but above, below, they must be having some meaning. Yes, they must be having some logic, right? How will we understand why the top number is called numerator and why the bottom number is called denominator? Why not we are calling the above number the denominator, and why not we are calling the below number the numerator? Because fraction here is the number of shaded parts divided by the number of equal parts. So the numerator represents the number of shaded parts or the number of parts left. Okay, so in the figure there you see there's a pizza. Okay, how many pizzas are left? 3 pizzas are left. Or we can say how many in the figure, what part is shaded. So there are 3 shaded parts. So number 3 becomes the numerator, shaded part. And number of equal part divided by the line which is dividing the above number and the below number, and divided by the number of equal part. The figure is divided into how many equal parts, how many pieces of pizza was there, how many pieces were there. There were 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces were there. Or how many shaded portions were there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the denominator is the number of equal parts, whereas the numerator is the number of shaded parts. Another example to make it even more clear. So here we have an example, another example. In fact, this is a circle which is divided into 4 equal parts. But again, we see that out of the 4 equal parts, remember equal parts, one part is not shaded, but only 3 parts are shaded. First, we have to consider that this particular shape, which is a circle, is divided into how many equal parts? This particular shape, which is a circle, is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of equal parts are 4. How many shaded parts are there? 1, 2, 3. Shaded parts are 3. So, just in the previous slide, we understood that number of equal parts represent your denominator and number of shaded parts represent your numerator. So, the numerator is the number above and the denominator is the number down. D, denominator, D, down, denominator down, number, n, top, number, top, n, top, n, top. Remember, like this, you'll never forget. Make some code words so that you remember always numerator n, top, denominator d, down. And then you can write it and remember it better. So we get the fraction as 3 by 4. And what is this line which is dividing the numerator and denominator, where we are saying 3 upon 4? This line is called the dividing line or the fraction bar. Okay, there is a term. In fact, there are terms which we use for this line also. Generally, we don't have any particular term which is used, but yes, we can use dividing line, we can say fraction bar, we can say upon, okay, 3 upon 4. So these are the terms that we use generally to denote this line. Okay, now we come to another topic, that is fraction of collection of objects, right? We learned that fraction is a part of a whole. It can be a part of an object, can be part of a region, or can be collection of things, right? So what is fraction of collection of objects? Fraction of collection of objects is where you have a group of objects instead of one thing, one big thing that is being divided. Now what do you see on the screen? You see that there's a collection of smileys, right? How many smileys can you see? 6 smileys are there, but all are not of same color. That is the only difference that we can see, but they all belong to one category only. They're all smileys. They're not combination of smiley, apple, balls. No, they belong to one category and they're all smileys. So we can say that this category, or this is one collection. It's a collection of one group, one whole. Now on the basis of this, we'll have few questions. What fraction does blue smiley make? 1/3. How do we understand 1/3? There are 2 smileys. Why aren't we saying 2 out of 6? We can say 2 out of 6 also, right? But we are saying 1/3. Right now we learn that we're going to use numerical expression, right? And how are we going to express that? Yes, by dividing the collection into equal part. We are dividing this figure, this whole collection, into 3 equal parts, 2 in each category, 2 in each group. So we have here 1, 2, 3 groups. How many groups we have made? 1, 2, 3 groups. So we have 3 groups of smileys, and blue smileys make one group, 1. So 1 out of 3 make fraction for blue smiley. And what fraction is yellow smileys then? Yellow smileys will be the remaining two groups, right? So it will be 2 out of the 3 groups. 1, 2. These 2 groups out of the 3 groups make yellow smileys. See the other one. Now, this is a collection of balls. Okay, all are balls. But yes, of different colors. But they fall in one category only. Like you, children, okay, all the students, you together make a classroom, right? Together you make a classroom. Like class 5. Now, class 5 we say as one whole, and one whole becomes only when students are there, right? So here also these balls are one category and together they make one group. Now here question is that what fraction is red ball, right? What fraction is red balls? We have only one red ball, so the answer will be the red ball is 1/12. The fraction for red ball is 1/12. Fraction of a group. Observe each picture and write the fraction to show what part of set is colored. In the first group, what do you see? It's a group of cups. So how many cups are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 cups are shaded. And what is the total number of cups? So the total number will represent your denominator and the number of cups shaded will represent your numerator. Similarly, for your next question, yes, there are 4 umbrellas in one set, yes, in one group. So how many are colored? 1, 2, 3. 3 are colored. 3 are colored out of 4. So we will write 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. So this is how fraction of a group or fraction of a collection is done. Let's solve this. Write the fraction for the given figures. Now you know the terms numerator and denominator. First you will have to see that how many parts the figure is divided into. Figure A, figure B, figure C and figure D. By seeing figure A, you can understand figure B is also divided in the same number of parts. So what do you see? How many of you guessed? Yes, many of you, right? Very good. Congratulations to the ones who guessed it right. 7/12 is the first answer. In the second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are shaded, so 5 is the numerator. And how many parts the figure is divided into? 12 parts. So 5/12 is the right answer. See number in figure number C, you have 9 divisions, 9 parts. So 9 will be your denominator. And how many shaded parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4/9. And in figure number D, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shaded. So 5/9. Now let's recapitulate what we have learned till now. We have learned fraction is a part of whole. This is an activity. For this you will need just one A4 size paper or any other paper. I would not ask you to tear off any page. If you have any rough page with you, you can use that page also. Just take this page and do this activity. You can take a screenshot of this and you can keep it with you, or you can follow this, you can pause it and you can just follow this screen to do this activity, and you will really understand fraction well, where you will have to do one fold, which will help you to understand 1/2. Okay, when you will go for another 2 folds, then you will have your page or your paper divided into 4 equal parts. Then you will have quarters. Okay, each part will be representing 1/4. And then you will fold in 3 folds, then you can get 1/8. And like this, you can understand fraction, that fraction is nothing but part of a whole. Okay? Now, having learned what fractions are, you must also understand that why you are learning fraction. Well, there are several ways you use fraction unknowingly while performing your day-to-day activities, and also how fractions impact your everyday life, that you will be understanding in this slide. Well, fractions surround our everyday activities. Now, here are some examples of fraction in real life. Well, in telling time, how do you think that fraction is included over there? Hmm? Hmm. Some of you must have guessed it. Half past, quarter past. These are the terms that we used to denote time, right? So, half past, quarter past, these are fraction terms that we use in telling time. Similarly, for traveling also, half a kilometer, you know, I traveled 2.5 kilometer. Then for baking and cooking, in recipes, while when your mother is cooking, she uses proper measurement for cooking, like following a particular recipe, sometimes suggest half a teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, or sometimes the recipes have quantities to serve like 2 tablespoons or three to serve 3 people. So like this, how the ingredients are to be adjusted to make particular recipe, in that also fraction is being used. In shopping, last time, how many of you remember that went for shopping and you saw that there was a tag saying, a board saying 50% off or half the price? Hmm? So half the price, half, is that not a fraction? Yes, that is also a fraction. Pizza, eating slices are equally almost divided. So dividing the pizza slices equally among everyone, that also requires fraction. So like that, in construction, in medical prescription, doctor says that half a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of medicine has to be consumed, right? So like that, in sports and other many fields, there are various fields where fraction is being used. In even in your test and exams, scoring marks, generally how the marks are given, marks are always given in fractional form. The total marks that the paper is set for is the denominator, and the marks that you obtain out of the total is your numerator, right? That is also expressed as fraction. So you understood that fraction is something which is related to our everyday life, and the examples are endless and they are very important. They surround us and they impact everything around us, like the pictures that you can see: fraction of time, half. Now here the picture shows the different measurement of spoon that we use in the kitchen, right? Your mother uses different spoon while baking and while cooking recipes. So here you have 1 tablespoon, then 1 teaspoon, then half a teaspoon, then 1/4 teaspoon. Then you see there's one glass. The measurement of the glass is same, but the measurement of the juice poured into the glass is different. So you have 1/4, 2/4, which is actually half the glass of juice. then 3/4, 4/4. So this is how the fraction is being used in our everyday life, which has a great impact in our life. So students, if you have found the session to be interesting and helpful, then please do share with your friends, like and subscribe to my channel so that my upcoming videos reach you. Thank you. Until then, keep learning, keep growing.